if this point represents the point that's closest to P on this line. In other words, are there any points, for example, I could just sort of randomly pick points on the line. You can do that too. Question is, of those 3 points and this point where they intersect, which is the closest to point P? Now you might say it's the perpendicular, but I'd say let's go and check. Now you could try measuring this, but these are so close to each other. You think it's the perpendicular? And Kyle, this was where you start to shine, because what you were doing here was trying to find this point by looking at which one was closest.
Yeah.
And we're going to use that basic idea to kind of verify that indeed, if I put the point of my compass on P and I put the pencil tip at that intersection point and then swing an arc, there is no other place on this line that's inside that arc. In fact, I can continue that all the way around and make a circle, just to show that, yep, there's no other place that's closer to point P than this point here. Hey, what is this thing? What's another word for this? Now that I have that circle there, what would you call this line?
Oh,
A thing. Somebody said tangent. Excellent. Notice this thing about so this would be the center of the circle, right? Notice how they form a nice right angle there? That's cool. Oh, yeah, so we have got a conjecture here, conjecture 7. Shortest distance conjecture. The shortest distance from a point to a line is measured along the blank from the point to the line. What would it be? Perpendicular?
yeah.
Yep. So you write that in on conjecture 7. You can make a little sketch that looks something like this. The perpendicular from P to a line is the shortest distance to the line. In other words, there's no other place on the line that's closer to point P than the one that lies on this perpendicular. And for some of you, this may fall into the category of seemingly obvious facts. Like I said, I don't know if I said it in this class, I've said it before. If you think everything we've done so far is obvious, I promise you there will come a day in this class where you will be astonished by something.
The X on the bottom, is that just the 2 corners of the other arc?
This X?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was once, let's see. Remember, this arc here was the first step,
Yeah.
and then I put my point at that intersection and created one of these arcs. And I brought the compass over, created the other one to form the X.
Did you have to change the sizing?
I did not in this case. So I actually used the same compass setting that I used to make this arc. You can change it when you go to make the X, but both sides of the X, both parts of the X have to be with the same compass setting. Otherwise, you're going to end up with an X that's off to one side. So at this point, and I can make this shorter, do it again, get a crossing there. But it has to be the same. And I can also go up here. And they all should lie on that line. Reasonably close, anyway.